pass is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Okay, ready.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys! Vernon Davis, 65 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board here, the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now Isaiah Pacheco going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
But a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for two.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time. And going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rivers now. Flushed out right. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to set. To try and pick up the first down, and I do, but let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
That throw by Vick incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Vick with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Mustang 19.
They'll throw again. Here's Vick. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Vick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And here's Isaiah Pacheco to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. A call of luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pass complete there to McCool. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Rivers on the money, complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Rivers on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Still going inside the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Toss right side to Pacheco. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
That is first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now Rivers. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Here's Pacheco headed right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. On third down, Rivers. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff now for Pacheco. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Pacheco. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Rivers. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
2nd and 6.
Cup 19.
Throwing, Vic. Buying time to his left. That is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Rivers to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that turned out to be true. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like...
That is intercepted.
Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Here's Rivers.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Charles Tillman.
And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Vic. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final 1st down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
Now Michael Vick. And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more.